All right, so we gotta talk about looks maxing. Looks maxing is uh, it's like a subreddit forum type of thing where there's specific measurements and specific rankings of attractiveness and different things, and it's mostly young men judging other young men with these set of um, points of judgment and ranking them. But looks maxing really is like a focused concentration of concepts that are very active in our the broader American culture. Um, you've seen it for years, um, with steroids, with um, breast enhancements. I don't even agree with that terminology. That's some slick talk from butchers in a lot of ways. People that get some sort of thrill from slicing people up and playing on their insecurities and doing crazy shit. If you read about it in the newspaper, and some dude was doing this to people against their will, it would be like, what the hell was that dude on? That's the craziest case we've heard of on 48 Hours or whatever the show's called. But since they're mentally uh, uh, mentally disabling these people and playing on their fears, and it's such a broad culturally accepted thing, and they're demeaning and devaluing and basically um, I don't know, it's hard to find the tough enough language to talk about it, because it's happening to younger and younger, mostly women, and you see it with the whole looks maxing. That's the young men's section of it, and they've come up with this whole Reddit or whatever forum way of classifying it, and they organized a so-called science around it. Um, but in the broader culture, it's all about making mostly women, and now more and more it's men, because you want as many clients as possible for this twisted bullshit. You want It's like making these people feel bad for themselves. It's like mental warfare. It's like spiritual warfare, because they want people to feel bad in their spirit about their physical representation here on earth. And so people will go and chop their nose off, shave large portions of their nose off. People will go cut around the edges of their face, pull it tighter, and let it heal. And these surgeons and these companies, and there's a huge machine behind it, but they're evil. It's just evil. It plays to the worst. And that's why the Christians talk about vanity, because it leads to shit like this. Evil. And I've had plastic surgery, but there's a difference between helping somebody recover from a horrific injury like burns, or in my case, a impact to my head. Um, there's a difference between that and convincing somebody that's perfectly healthy, perfectly fine looking, that they then need to cut their nose off. They then need to completely implant some poisonous uh, substance into their body to make it appear a certain way. And yeah, people are insecure, and that sort of thing exists. And there's a whole uh, just crazy evil um, way of thinking about things in our society that says you go do this crazy um, it's and when I say crazy, I mean mentally unbalanced, mentally unstable thing to you, and in the colloquial sense of crazy as well, just like wow, like holy shit. But nobody thinks about it like that anymore, or very few people do on the public stage. As you say, it's getting work. They call it an enhancement. They say fixing things. Now, there are things that improve your life that also happen to um, make you look more appealing, and mostly it's because of health. You know, if you constantly getting stuff stuck between your teeth, or you can't chew right because your teeth are crooked, go get some braces. You know, it's gonna improve your quality of life, and straight teeth, you know, are an evolutionary clue of health that's gonna determine attraction. So, you know, there you go. Um, but slicing your nose off because you don't like how it looks, somebody or some sort of force has infected your mind with evil. If you're doing that, same thing with the steroids for young men. If you're out here taking exogenous, I think that's how they say it, exogenous testosterone and all the other stuff because you want to look a certain way, and you're doing all this stuff that guy that got famous for it and kind of brought it to everybody's attention recently is doing, you have something wrong with you. And the forces out there that are influencing it, it's like these people are like, they sound, plastic surgeons seem to me like they're tame serial killers, because that's what serial killers do, right? They could be slicing people up and doing all kinds of crazy shit. But these tame guys that will mentally abuse you and it's like gone viral, and it's in the air, and everybody is just okay with it, and they're just mutilating themselves, literally mutilating themselves. It's wild. Looks maxing, I don't know, man. I will say this: attraction and people getting treated better in society because they're attractive, that's a real thing. Attraction, though, is based on health. So if you're a healthy person, you're more attractive. There's something in our brains that is triggered when we see health. Whether that's platonically, we want healthy members of the tribe around us. From an evolutionary standpoint, to survive, we want healthy members of the tribe around us. So we want people that exude health. That's why a certain weight and these different things are generally desired. Now, if you cut all the corners to get to that point of health, or that seeming health, right, then obviously you played yourself and you're playing everybody else around you, and it's false. But if you put in the work, you can look any sort of way, and somebody out there is going to think you're the best, most beautiful, handsome person out there. So this whole boiling it down to a bunch of measurements, phrenology, some nonsense from 2 centuries ago, and this whole idea that you can literally fabricate the appearance of health and then go around tricking everybody. It's like you're playing yourself and you're playing everybody else out there. Just get healthy. Doesn't matter how you look. I promise you. Doesn't matter how you look. Get healthy. A healthy body, lots of hydration, lots of movement, and doing the right things will help you with a healthy mind. You'll be thinking the right thoughts. You'll be bringing discipline into your life and bringing habit and consistency into your life, and all of a sudden you will be becoming more attractive, not only to everybody else but to yourself, and being a person that you can depend on and that the tribe can depend on, to be even tempered, to be able to literally pull their weight for you and for other people, and all of a sudden your confidence goes up, and that adds a whole nother level of attraction to individuals, no matter how they look on a base level. And all of a sudden you're healthy in your mind, you're healthy in your body, and you're the most attractive you've ever been. And if you do that without literally cutting the corners sometimes, without buying into the sickness that is this whole broad culture of changing yourself when it's not medically necessary, then you're going to have earned where you're at, and you will have so much more joy, so much more satisfaction as you experience what it's like to be truly attractive. Because there's always going to be somebody out there, and something is triggered in the back of their mind that says, oh man, look at them. And then it's going to be, that feeling is going to be backed up when you interact with them, and they're like, oh, and they are exhibiting these other skills of attractiveness, being able to get along within the tribe, being able to get along within themselves, and then being able to get along with me. And then all of a sudden you're where you want to be. You have the things that come with being attractive, because it doesn't matter. As long as you're healthy, you are attractive. Mind, body, spirit. When you're healthy in those ways, you are attractive. That is what it is. So that's the true looks, Maxine. Take the long road. Take your time. Build it from the ground up. And I promise that it'll feel that much better. It'll be that much more sweet. Walking around confident and attractive. No matter how you look, no matter how your physical self looks, if you're healthy, mind, body, spirit, if you're healthy, you're attractive. So it's that simple. We have to really get away from this sadistic slice and dice culture of just destroy yourself to seem some sort of way. This is my longest video in a long time, and I don't think I'm gonna edit it. I don't think I'm gonna reshoot this, because I was trying to do it in a more structured way and talk about, the determination of attraction through health, and a lot more official and everything. But this is how I really feel about it, and that's what my experience. And like I said, I've met people with severe burns. I've met people with all kinds of people that have had face transplants. I've met and interacted with these people, and people that have braces because they had, it was impacting their life with like being able to eat and different things like that, you know. And it's like that's what those people should be for, but you wouldn't have nearly as many of them. Like I said, one of those dudes did helped me out quite a bit with an accident that I had that restored my quality of life. And don't fall into the trap of these evil influences, because that's the only way I can look at it, is it's just fucking evil. And then you have little kids, since it's so popular in culture and you see everybody falling into the trap, little kids are being led into the trap via social media and stuff. And it's the saddest thing. It's just unacceptable. We got to do better. Anyway, I could talk about, I'll rant about this all day. Thanks for tuning in. Um, Tune in again sometime. And in the meantime, tune into yourself.